Hello everybody, I'm Kat, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 books that I read this past summer. Coming in at number 5 is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. This book follows this girl named Molly who crushes hard and crushes often. She has had 26 crushes in her life. Her twin sister always tells her she needs to tell the boy how she really feels, but Molly always chickens out and never ends up telling the boy her true feelings about him. But then one day Cassie gets a girlfriend, and along with this new girlfriend comes a sidekick that is the perfect crush-worthy material, and he's somebody that Molly would normally find herself crushing on. But Molly starts a new job, and there she works with this coworker named Reed, and Reed is somebody that Molly normally wouldn't find herself falling for because he is this complete nerd who loves Tolkien and Game of Thrones, but Molly ends up finding herself falling for him instead. This book was really adorable. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not my favorite Becky Albertalli book, that is still obviously Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, but this was still really enjoyable and I did end up really liking it. Coming in at number 4 is No Good Deed by Goldie Moldavsky. This book is about this boy named Gregor who goes to this summer camp for teen activists called Camp Save the World, and all these different teens have their own campaign that they're really focusing on for the next 5 weeks at this camp. But then there's a contest that enters the picture, and everyone wants to win this contest, and the way to win the contest is to do the most good, and the more good you do, then you get more points. But then the kids start sabotaging each other's campaigns. It all goes awry from there. There's also a celebrity going at this camp, and Gregor wants nothing to do with her at all. He wants to stay as far away from her as possible while he's at this camp because he really wants to enjoy the next 5 weeks as much as he can. I really liked this book. Once again, this is not my favorite Goldie Moldavsky book. My favorite is still Kill the Boy Band. Her books are just so addicting. I remember once I hit around chapter 7 or 8 that I just had to stay up and read the rest of the book, and I was up until like 2 a.m. I gave this book 4.5 out of 5 stars again, and I have a full review on this book, so if you'd like to check it out, it'll be linked up on the screen as well as down below in the description. Coming in at number 3 is Sailor Moon Volume 12. This is my favorite volume in the series. This volume redeemed Volume 11, and I loved it so much. It gave me all the feels. If you haven't read the Sailor Moon series, it follows this girl named Usagi who is this normal 14-year-old girl until one day when she's running late to school, she bumps into a cat with a funny shaped crescent moon mark on its forehead, and the cat follows her home from school that day and tells her that she is a sailor guardian. And it's really good. I really love this manga series. It's just so great. I love it so much. Coming in at number 2 is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This book, you guys, it's so good. It's one of my favorite Cassandra Clare books, if not my favorite. I'm still not sure because it's a tie between this one and Clockwork Princess, and I'm not sure which one I like more, but it's definitely up there. I loved this book so much. Honestly, like, it did drag a little bit for me, like around the middle especially, but that last chapter just made up for it. It bumped this book up from a 4.5 rating to a 5 rating. I love the Dark Artifices trilogy. It is one of my favorite trilogies so far. If you haven't picked up any of Cassandra Clare's books, get on it please, because this trilogy is worth the read, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And the very last book I'm going to talk about today is my favorite book that I read within the past 3 months, and this should come as no surprise to you all because I've just been raving about it recently on my channel. Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I love this book so much. This book follows this girl named Eliza, and she is the creator of a popular webcomic series called Monstrous Sea. Online she has millions of followers who tune in every week to watch her upload pages, but in real life she's a loner and doesn't have any friends, so she spends most of her time online talking to her fans and the friends that she's made on these forums. But then one day there's a new boy that moves to her school. His name is Wallace, and he turns out to be the biggest fanfiction writer of her webcomic series Monstrous Sea. The two of them start to form a relationship. They really get to know each other, and he introduces Eliza to all of his friends who also have to be fans of her webcomic series. Then one day, Eliza's secret gets out, and not only could this affect her relationship with Wallace, but it could also affect her mental health as well. I love this book so much. If you are currently reading it and you're having a difficult time like getting into it, keep reading. It gets so much better as you continue reading. Mental health is a huge part of this book, and you get to see Eliza deal with her anxiety. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book so much, and I highly recommend recommend it to everybody. Alright, and that is it for this wrap up. Let me know down below some of your favorite books that you read within the past 3 months because I would love to know. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every Thursday and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!